Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder. Today, we're diving into a report from Kulicke Soffa, a company that works with electronics and semiconductors, which are used in everything from phones to cars. Get ready for some numbers and insights that might just wire you up with excitement or maybe just put you to sleep. We'll see straight insights from corporate documents. Make sure you're subscribed. We also have a Discord community linked in the description below where you can discuss all things finance. This report is a peek into how well Kulicke Soffa is doing financially. We'll look at their sales, profits, and a few other key numbers to see if the company is shining or if it needs a little soldering to fix some issues. It's like giving the company a checkup to see if it's healthy. This report is called an 8K, a type of document companies file with the Securities and Exchange Commission, or SEC. They have to file when certain important things happen, kind of like sending out an alert to investors. This particular report is about their financial results for the second quarter of fiscal year 2025. That's the 3-month period that ended in March. So this report tells us how the company did during that time. The main point of this report is to share the company's financial results. Think of it like a report card for the business. The actual details are in a press release that was issued on May 6, 2025. A press release is how companies usually announce important news to the public. Let's check out what that press release says. Okay, here is the earnings announcement for their second quarter of fiscal year 2025, ended March 29, 2025. I know those are a lot of dates, but the most important thing to remember is that we are talking about how the company performed financially during those 3 months in early 2025. The press release is titled Kulicke Soffa Reports Fiscal Second Quarter Results. Let's see what they have to say about how they did. First up, net revenue. That's the money the company brought in from sales. In this quarter, it was $137.3 million. That sounds like a lot, and it is. It tells us how much product or service they sold during that period. But here is the catch. The $137.3 million says you can probably guess. It is a decrease of 18.3% compared to the first quarter of the fiscal year, and a big decrease compared to the $27.3 figure, so sales went down. Next, let's look at gross margin. This is the percentage of revenue left after subtracting the cost of making the products. Kulicke Soffa's gross margin was 41.6%. That means that for every dollar they made, about 42 cents were left to cover other costs like salaries, rent, and marketing. This is also down compared to the year before. Now, here's a key number: net loss. A loss means the company spent more money than it made. Kulicke Soffa had a net loss of $13.6 million. That's a pretty big number, and it's definitely not what investors want to see. This is a significant drop compared to the net income of $44.4 million they reported $4 million they reported a year earlier. So last year they were making money. This year they're losing money. Not a good sign. Why the loss? Well, the report says it was impacted by reduced factory use and less money from sales. This suggests that they weren't making as many products and they weren't selling them for as much money, probably because of less demand from customers. The company is blaming the general economic environment. Here's a bit of good news. Their backlog increased to $407 million. Backlog is the amount of orders they have that haven't been filled yet. A higher backlog can mean that there's still demand for their products, even if sales are currently down. Now, what does the company think will happen next? They are expecting net revenue to be about $160 million better than this quarter, so that is a good thing, but still much lower than what it was a year ago. The CEO says they're focused on managing costs and new products to improve their financial results. They are also talking about how they are managing their cash. They still have over $500 million in cash, which can help them invest in new opportunities and weather tough times. So what's the story here? Kulicke Soffa had a tough quarter. Sales were down and they lost money. However, they have a healthy backlog and a lot of cash, and they're working on ways to improve their performance. It's a mixed picture, but definitely leaning towards the negative side. Now let's zoom out and look at the bigger picture. Kulicke Soffa operates in a cyclical industry, meaning their business goes up and down with the overall economy and the demand for electronics. When the economy is doing well and people are buying lots of electronics, Kulicke Soffa tends to do well too. But when the economy slows down, their business suffers. Right now, there's a lot of uncertainty in the global economy. Inflation is high, interest rates are rising, and there are concerns about a potential recession. This is affecting the demand for electronics, which in turn is hurting Kulicke Soffa's sales. The company also faces competition from other companies that make similar equipment. To stay ahead, they need to keep innovating and developing new products that meet the changing needs of their customers. One thing that stands out is the organizational restructuring that the company is going through. Whenever a company restructures, it means that there is probably going to be some pain and uncertainty going forward, as there are going to be layoffs and some projects might be stopped. So what's my take on Kulicke Soffa? It's a company in a tough industry facing some serious challenges. While they have some strengths like a solid backlog and a lot of cash, their recent financial results are definitely concerning. The company needs to turn things around quickly to avoid further losses and maintain its position in the market. The management seems to be addressing the issues. A few things I'll be watching closely. How well the company manages its costs, whether they can successfully launch new products, and how the overall economy performs. These factors will play a big role in determining Kulicke Soffa's future success. Alright, that's our breakdown of Kulicke Soffa's latest report. What's your take on these numbers and what they signal for the company's future? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If this analysis was valuable, hitting that like button really helps, and subscribe for more deep dives. Don't forget to check out the Discord in the description. Thanks for watching. See you next time.